what's up? It's your boy Harish, my guy Tim Wayne. No intros today, no nothing. We've been gone for a while, taking care of business outside of the podcasting world, but we're back. Big one tomorrow, Tim. Texas, Georgia, in Athens. Really, everything is ahead of Texas. I want to talk about two things when we talk about this preview. I was going to talk about this game, right? Because that's the number thing. We'll talk a little bit about the top 12, the playoff top 12, which was really interesting. I think, some people will argue like BYU should have only moved down one. I argue BYU should move down even more further. And we could talk a little bit about that. And then we'll get out of here. Short show today. I've got to go take care of an appointment, so we'll get out of here. For those of you guys on the tubes, on TikTok, smash the like button there on the screen. Tap the screen, and then on TikTok, go follow us on YouTube at Longhorn Fan Battle Podcast. Like the show, comment, do all the cool stuff. Friday, guys, this is the biggest game of the season, so let's get right into it. Before we get started, fanbattlesports.com, where you can get the latest and greatest from the AFC South, including the Texans, the Titans, the Colts, and the Jaguars. What a great division we live in today. This week I got to see the Titans or the Jaguars blow a 19-point lead. The Colts go to the 8-2 in the division. Basically, I think the Colts at this point have locked the division up. And then I got to see Titans fans cry because Mike Vrabel's now 9-2 and they ran him out of town.
Man,
Young quarterback. What the young quarterback. So I had a fantastic week as a Colts fan. Cowboys had a bye?
Cowboys had a bye.
All right.
Well, we did pick up Quentin Williams, and Longhorn legend Demarion Overshown is coming back.
Ooh. Are you saying the defense might improve?
Hopefully.
They got somebody else too, didn't they?
Yeah, so they got this guy from they call him Cowboy. They got him from the Bengals. They sat him down.
Oh, the linebacker.
Yeah, they sat him down to play somebody younger, but he had the most tackles in the team 3 years in a row.
Dude, that dude is insane. I watched him play. That's a guy that can go get some tackles. Listen, the Cowboys can make a late playoff push. Maybe not. I mean, the NFC is kind of tough.
NFC is very tough.
It sets them up really well. Obviously, I'm not here to shit on my comparisons, but
right.
You're not doing too well up there. Get a little colder.
Listen, the picks are working out in their favor if you think about it. Basically, the Cowboys traded away Micah Parsons for a first-round draft pick, 2 defensive tackles, and a linebacker.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. That's a lot to get one player.
Now you got yourself a little defensive tackle duo down there.
Yeah.
I
think it's the best defensive tackle besides maybe what's going on in Philadelphia. But even though Philadelphia's even though they're winning, they're struggling. So it's very interesting. So anyway, excited to have Overshown back. Yeah. He is a special player when he is not injured, and I look forward to it. And if he balls out like I think he is, I'm definitely going to be getting a jersey. So
awesome. Well, good luck to your Cowboys the rest of the way. As you guys are coming in on the TikTok, tap the screen, give us some likes here. We'd really appreciate it. You guys on there on the tubes, like, comment, subscribe. Also on TikTok, go to our YouTube channel, Longhorn Fan Battle Podcast. Subscribe. Yes, we're trying to get to 100 subscribers. We just do this for giggles, right? We just like the Texas Longhorns. We'll talk basketball. We'll talk baseball. Baseball season. I think this baseball team is going to be really good this year. Mm-hmm. Very excited for baseball season.
Yep.
Both basketball teams, I think we're seeing a lot of good stuff from the men's side. It's going to take some time to adjust. Voltikaitis, 7'3" guy, he looks special.
He does look special, and the women are taking off, and they're full steam ahead like last year. So
I think they're thinking national championship or bust on the women's side. I think it's time. Like at this point, you got to get to the national title game. You've got to get there. You've got to finish the deal. But yeah, from rain to Ranks, Texas. Bye. Let's go, baby. All right, Tim, let's talk about it. Texas, Georgia, to nobody's surprise, primetime game in Athens. Just high level talk about what you're expecting to see or what you would like to see from this Texas team coming off of a bye. What's the one thing you're looking to see from this Texas team?
I'm looking for Sark to open up this freaking playbook. That is, I've been waiting for this all season long. He
Yeah,
did not do it against Oklahoma. He didn't have to do it against Oklahoma. He did not do it against Ohio State. He kind of technically, if Eli, whoa, if Arch was if Arch was a little bit more sharper and he didn't have the yips, I
yeah,
think that, I don't think he would have opened up the playbook. He really didn't have to. They play very, very tough, even for them to lose the way that they did lose, because that defense was phenomenal. I'm looking for Sark to open up the playbook. I want to see more things coming out. I don't want trick plays. I'm not talking about trick plays. I'm talking about coming out like he did last a week ago, setting the tempo, getting the ball moving, getting these guys, getting the ball in as many wide receivers' hands as possible. Listen,
yeah,
Georgia's defense is okay. They're not great, but they're okay. Um, and with that being said, I think if Texas can continue to, push that tempo like they did last week, I think they can keep themselves in a game. I don't expect them to put up 45 points, 50 points. I'm not looking for that. What I'm looking for is the consistency. I'm looking for them to be more physical than Georgia. And that is
yeah,
very, very difficult because the last two times that Georgia has played Texas outside of that second half last year that they played, Texas had been out physical for a majority of the series, right?
yeah,
So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see more physicality. I'm looking to see more of an up tempo offense, and I'm ready for Sark to really open up that playbook. It's time. I think he's held a lot in, and I think it's not like I think this is a really good spot for you to be in because I believe, and I think you also believe, that if Texas can win against Georgia or A&M, they're still going to be able to get in as a 9-3 seed. Is that, will that cause an outrage? Absolutely. But when you look at Texas's resume from a scheduling standpoint, nobody outside of Texas that I can think of, maybe Florida and Oklahoma, are playing more difficult schedules. Oklahoma has, to me, the toughest schedule in the SEC, and so does Florida. I think they have like the tied for the most, like the hardest schedule. But as far as like opponents outside of the conference, nobody reached out to Ohio State to play Ohio State.
yeah.
You could throw A&M in there for reaching out and playing Notre Dame, but that situation had already been established.
Yep.
So yeah, man, I think this is a really good opportunity. I think Texas needs to be aggressive, and that's the way. I think that is the way you're going to be able to beat Georgia. You cannot play Georgia soft.
Yeah. Couple things here from Rain to Range says Manning to have a complete game. I would argue. I thought I mean, for what it was worth, I thought Manning had a complete game against Vanderbilt.
Arch has had two complete games where he's thrown over
Well,
he's thrown over 700 yards within the last two games. One pick, one.
yeah,
And he's put the ball in the air very nicely. He's developed relationships with not just Ryan Wingo, but other receivers. I need Parker Livingston to look. I need you to catch the ball with both hands.
yeah,
This is not a time for you to try to look pretty. You're freaking huge. You could really truly be a mismatch for a lot of this defensive secondary for Georgia. I need you to put both hands on the ball.
yeah.
This
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think Parker Livingston needs to put both hands on the ball. I know there's a comment on TikTok that says Jimbo basically said stop saying physicality. I would disagree, Jimbo. I think this isn't not even about physicality, right? It's about dominating. I think the game here, and this is what the game was last year, it's dominating the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
You have to win the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
And that means you got to be physical, right?
Yep.
Like you got to be you. This is not by any means a great defensive line for Georgia. This is
Yeah.
nowhere close to the defensive line they had last year, right? They
Yeah.
had Mike Williams,
They've had loaded defensive
Walker.
lines the last the last few years.
Right.
This is not a down year. This is just I would say a developmental
Transition year. Yeah,
year.
it's a transition.
They got some young pieces in there. Those guys are gonna be they're gonna be just as good. It's just gonna take some time for them to get to gelling. That's all that is.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of where this starts. This is a great opportunity for really the offensive line, right? For the
Yeah.
first time all year, this team has had offensive line continuity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now they've had a bye week together. What I'm really interested in is how do they play coming out of the bye week, right? How does this offensive line can you get a running? That's the other thing. You have not been able to establish a running game against Georgia.
Right.
I don't know what it is, but you have not been able to establish a running game. That's going to be important on the offensive side. Defensively, I think the defense is a very, very tough challenge. This is not your typical Georgia offense. This is an offense that can sling it. It's an offense that has a lot of really good receivers.
Yep.
This is an offense that has Zachariah Branch, who you can give the ball to in space, and he can make a couple guys miss and pop 60 on you.
And they are very adamant about force feeding him the ball. They do not care. They will put him in a position to try to get him the ball no matter what. Now,
yeah, go ahead.
The one thing that stands out that's going to be a really interesting thing is that Georgia has not had the greatest rushing attack. They've got some pretty decent running backs there, but the main focus is Zachariah Branch. But what Texas can do is if they can make them one dimensional, I think Texas has a better chance of winning this game. Being able to stop the run is crucial. Texas is number 2 in the nation, if I'm not mistaken, at really defending the run. So having that in your pocket, if you can get Texas to, or if you can get Georgia to become one dimensional, I think that helps out a lot. Getting Michael Taft back after a bye week, even more of an importance. Having that leadership back there. Guys getting healthy, getting an opportunity to rest. I really, really think that this Texas defense can really, really put on a show. We need them to be what they've always been. We just need the offense to catch up with the defense so that they can put together a really complete game. And we're starting to see that, which, it's crazy that we're seeing that so late in the season because usually you are what you are by this time, right? Like you're either good or you're not. And now like Texas is kind of gelling, and it's interesting that they're gelling so late in the season. They're starting to make adjustments well into the season. So it's interesting to see it. I'm excited to see it. Harish, I have a question for you as far as your X factors on offense. For this Texas offense, who do you think is an X factor in this offense? Who do you think that Texas is going to need to get involved? Because we already know what Georgia's going to do. They're going to get the ball to Zachariah Branch. We know what they're going to do. We know that they line up in 3 tight end sets all the time. We know that what they do. What do you think is who do you think is going to need to step up in this offense? We've already mentioned Parker. Who else do you think that's out there that will need to step up in this offense?
Yeah, real quick here. Thank you guys on the TikTok coming in. Smash the screen as you guys come in here. Before I answer that, I do want to point out some stats here for Zachariah Branch. Target share, or essentially he's getting targeted. He's been targeted 63 times this year. He's caught 53 balls, right?
Jeez. So he does
basically 85% of the time he's catching the football. And then he got last week against Mississippi State, 8 receptions, 9 targets, but only 68 yards. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, to me, that's great.
Any touchdowns in that?
1.
Okay.
But that's against a bad Mississippi State team, right? A team that we struggled against, and I think we didn't. That's when this team started gelling. And Mac 6 can Texas beat Georgia and A&M? I don't want to give away my Georgia prediction yet. Can they? it's going to be really, really
That's
tough.
gonna be tough, dog.
I don't know if they can.
This is video
Not
games
this team.
typing.
Not this team. But if they do, I'll tell you what. If they do, Tim Wayne,
What?
they're going to be one of them top 4 teams.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If they make the SEC championship game or not, I don't care. They have 4 top 10 wins.
I think at that point in time, Texas will then have the most impressive resume in the country.
Yeah.
You go up against 4, 5 top 10 teams, and you're able to beat 4 of the 5.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Nobody would have a better resume.
No, nobody has a better record. I think Texas would for sure get in. I'm gonna say this, and I know this is gonna be controversial. With that type of record, doing that type, I think they deserve a bye.
100%.
But we know that this is not how it's built out. I'm very much aware. I'm not dumb. I'm very much aware. But when you're with that type of schedule and that type of winning, I think you should get rewarded for that. Now, I feel like that is going to come in the future because I do feel like they're going to expand to 16, and we're going to see two G5 two G5 come in versus 1. I think we're going to expand to that because they want to get some of these smaller schools an opportunity to not only get some money, but to get some exposure on a national level. So, I do expect that to happen here in the future. But to save that for a later time, you never told me who you expected to see offensively.
Who I expect to come out? Man.
Yeah. Or who do you think that we should be on the lookout for? Because I want as much as I want to say CJ Baxter, I would say
what up? Money B, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Hey, Money B, if you're gonna be at TCH tomorrow, let us know because we will be there in the house at TCH Social. Let us know, Money B. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
No, you're good. But yeah, who are you looking for to step up?
Man, I'm going to go out on a whim here. I'm going to go out on a whim here.
Okay.
I think this is an excellent, really, 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 really good opportunity for the tight end to step up this week.
Okay.
You've had a bye week, right? You've had some up and downs. I think Jack Andrews, man. Like I think they're gonna put some stuff in for him.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond the tight end screens, I think you're gonna see some stuff downfield because you want to create space. And here's the thing: you want to be able to make those intermediate downfield plays,
right?
And you need to be able to open the field up so that the running game isn't so pressured.
Yeah.
And Money B, yeah, absolutely, man. We're here for you. All right, travel safe this week. He says he won't be able to make it TCH. That's all good, brother. Travel safe. We appreciate you coming in. Drop the like. We appreciate it. Subscribe. Let everyone know about it, Money B. We appreciate it. Yeah, I think Jack Andrews, this is a great Jack Andrews game. A good opportunity. Again, we're looking at things outside of the box. We know what the obvious is on both sides of the football. You guys here on TikTok, please continue to smash the screen. We really appreciate it. But I think you're going to have to bring in something extra this week, and I think that something extra could be Jack Andrews.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go out, like you said, something outside of the norm. This tight end group has actually gotten better throughout the entirety of the season. Again, a young tight end group, and remember, you get Jack Andrews for 2 more years.
Right.
So he's still young. Like a lot of these transfers we got, I've noticed in the transfer portal, and I do want to talk like 30 seconds about the transfer portal versus recruiting.
Yeah.
I think we have to look at the transfer portal a little bit differently this year. I thought we had some huge misses in the portal last year, not getting offensive linemen, just to even like help suffice for the lack of experience on this offensive line. Right. I also think we made a mistake of not getting some wide receivers. And that is partly because obviously you can't ever plan for injuries, but you have to like plan for injuries, right?
Right.
Need a big game. DeAndre Moore, he's kind of been up and down this year. That's the leader of your wide receiving core.
Yeah.
And for the most part this year, DeAndre Moore hasn't really been on the field and seen a lot lately. And so you really want to, you really have to hope, and we appreciate you guys tapping in. Thank you guys on the YouTube. Yeah, absolutely, Mako. Georgia and A&M are the Texas' last chances, obviously, right? With 2 out of 3, you win two out of those 3, you might be cooking with something, but you win all 3,
Yeah.
we're going into like crazy territory, and we can talk about that here in a little bit. But I do think if you can open up the field in the passing game, and I think Manning is seeing it, right? We talked about it. We've talked about this for weeks, Tim. We
Right.
said at some point this season, Arch was going to see it.
Yeah.
And I think he started to see it in the fourth quarter,
Mm-hmm.
right? In Mississippi State. I really think he saw it against Vanderbilt. And if that PI was called against Vanderbilt in the end zone, we're talking about Texas putting up 41 points.
Yeah.
And the offense being responsible for all 41.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had no punt returns, and we had no defensive touchdowns, right? So now you're really talking about not only did you beat Vanderbilt, you blew them out, and the score really doesn't like match what happened in the game. And we'll talk about reffing and all that stuff, like whatever, right?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. There were some leaky things in the back end. Yes, some youth went into that, but guys getting busted coverages, that's something we hadn't seen in this defense in a long time.
Yeah. But that busted coverage was really the
Yeah.
turnaround tide for Vanderbilt to go on this run, right? That late run and get some points in a garbage in garbage time. So
But yeah, I'm thinking Jack Andrews. Money B says DeAndre Moore. I would agree that with Money B. I think DeAndre Moore. Like we're waiting for a game like that from DeAndre Moore. If
yep.
you remember last year in the SEC championship game, DeAndre Moore took that slant route. I think like 50 yards.
Yep, sure
If
did.
we can get something, not saying he doesn't need to take a slant for 50, but if we can get plays like that from him where he's catching like for 6, 7, 8 yards of carry or reception and just moving the chains, I just think it opens up the ability for this run game to be effective.
1,000%.
And I think it allows this run game to also some of those like little tunnel screens that we play. You know what? This is a really unpopular play. But that turnaround to running back screen that we ran it with Quinn all the time where Arch goes to one side and the screen is on the other.
Right.
If you can get that play to develop, that really breaks the defense apart. And
yeah, because it stretches your defense. It puts your defense in a really tough position because, again, once they get pursuit and they go back the other way, it is pretty much if you can keep everybody in front of you, you really set yourself up for a big play. Even if it doesn't score, it's just like, dog, like I was over here, I'm looking to get the quarterback. Now he's dumping back on the opposite side of the field. Now you're trying to haul ass on me to get back to the other side of the field. So it is pretty much it can be devastating for a defense if you can get it off. I from a defensive perspective, who do you think needs to step up defensively?
I want to see Ethan Burke continue to play a big role.
Dude,
I think Ethan Burke has been on a tear.
Ethan Burke has been he has been such a pleasure to watch.
He's been fun, man.
He's developed so much in a month.
Yeah.
The stuff that he's been able to do, he is putting these linemen on skates.
Yeah.
And it's been fun. It's been fun to watch him and Anthony Hill Jr. together.
Yeah. And Colin Simmons. Like that trio of guys.
Right. We've known about what Anthony Hill Jr. can do, but to have an Ethan Burke to accommodate you in that situation, it's great to watch. I personally have called on Ethan Burke to really step it up, and he's definitely done that. I have. It's been so great to watch him. I've really had fun.
But it goes to show the recruiting, not the recruiting, the coaching job that Kenny Baker has been on with this defensive line. I know there's a lot of people that don't like how some of these coaches have played. I think I'm going to be honest with you, Tim. I think some of the coaches actually deserve some drops for like growing this young team really, really quickly.
Yeah.
Especially, Getting Emmett Mosley, I'm going to switch here real quick. Getting Emmett Mosley back and how those wide receivers have played the last 2 games, right? 2.5 games.
Yep.
On the defensive side, the growth of Ethan Burke, Colin Simmons finally taking. I think Colin Simmons has taken another step since that Florida, since like that series or two against Florida onward. He's been
Yep.
unreal, right?
Yep.
And then Leon Lafau, like his Trey Moore, like just all these guys, I think have developed really, really well.
Yeah.
I know. Money B's talked about Jalen Gilbo. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm excited to see more Cade Phillips on the left side of that secondary.
Dog.
Listen, Money B, and listen to you guys in the chat here on TikTok. Man, I think Cade Phillips is about to be, and Sark alluded to this last week, right? Like they're gonna have a competition for running for cornerback too. It's just really, really hard to see a Texas not coming out tomorrow, and Cade Phillips being that number 2 corner.
Cade Phillips is
that dude. That dude is again. He's grown. We've obviously didn't see him a lot early in the season. We've seen him out later in the season.
right.
Thurston Littleton, that he continues to grow, and I think it's not starting to grow this next crop of second DBs, but it's showing again how young this team really was and how people were not like exposing or showing us how young this team was.
Right.
Just checking some comments here in the TikTok real quick. Yeah, Mako says, "Oh, hey, whoa, who's this guy? I don't know who this is. Bye. I don't know how to kick you out, but you got to go, my guy."
What is he talking about?
I have no idea. Just some dude on TikTok. Hey, I don't know how to kick people out of here. This is awkward. He's just sitting here. I don't know what to tell him.
I don't know either. Just
all right. Well, I don't know how to kick people out. So, anyway, well, this really ruined my rhythm. Oh, here we go. Nope, I can't do it. I don't know how to kick people out, Tim.
I don't know how to do it either.
All right. Well, Malik, thanks for joining us, man. How you doing? This is really awkward, but yeah, I think Cade Phillips is a guy that's going to step up, and I think he's somebody that's going to be a legitimate factor. I don't know what's going on with Jalen Gilbo. He's been on and off all year.
On and off, man.
And I think his he left. His inconsistency has had me worried a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's gotten burned a couple times. I think he's been out of position a couple times. So it'll be interesting to see how it works out. And that guy left, so that's good. It'll be really interesting to see how that works out. But I think Cade Phillips is a guy that's probably going to be a factor as well. But yeah, I mean, I think as we Money B talks about, we need good to play from that second linebacker position. Ty Anthony Smith is a guy we haven't really talked about. He's been excellent this year. He's a guy that's gotten some fumbles, and speaking about fumbles, we've got to recover fumbles, man. I think there's gonna be a couple turnovers out there.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! You got to get on the ball, man.
Yeah,
you got to get on the ball. Listen,
I agree with this.
From a standpoint of like, instead of trying to make the big play, scooping and scoring.
Just get on the ball.
I mean, just get on the ball. If you get on the ball and you're in a situation, let's just say hypothetical, you get a situation, Branch gets a ball, he's on a slant, and Kobe's behind him a little bit, but he's able to punch the ball out. Instead of trying to make the play and go in scoop and score, which again, everybody wants to do that. Like I've even tried to do it. You cannot. It's so hard, and stuff happens so fast, and the ball is moving in just an awkward space. You've got to be able to just get on the ball and give your team a chance. Because if you try to get the ball, you try to scoop and score, and then you fumble it, and basically it just resets. You give and Georgia gets the ball back. It just resets, and they get an opportunity to go again and start, maybe 10 or 15 yards back from where they were. But again, you get an opportunity to start back over. So Give your if you're in a situation like that, get on the floor, get on the ball, give your offense an opportunity to score. And listen, whether it's 3 points or 7 points in a game like this, anything matters. Like 3 or 7, it don't matter. As long as you're able to put those points on the board in this type of situation this late into the season, you really give yourself an opportunity. So just get on the ball, stay disciplined. Don't try to be the hero. It's good enough that you've been able to cause a turnover.
Yeah, I would agree there, and I do agree here. Maybe Jalen's better at the nickel than he is outside corner.
I was thinking about that.
That's a good call out.
I would say Jalen has made more plays at nickel.
Yep.
Than anything. So when you get him out there, I just don't think he might not be used to being out there. Maybe it is going to take him a summer to where he's going to have to play outside. Listen, the great thing about the situation that we're in with like Jalen and Cade and Black, those guys are going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
Being that they don't transfer, they're going to be around for a while. So they're still going to be able to gel. They're still going to be able to get to understand each other and things like that. That is the beauty of having a young defensive backs, is that they're going to be around with each other for a while, barring that they don't transfer.
Yeah. Real quick here in the TikTok chat, Max 6 says he's an Oregon USF fan. Go Bulls, baby! I've called it all year that's going to be the G5 team.
They look good.
Really like that. I really like that USF team.
They look good. That quarterback for USF looks really good.
Yeah, he says he needs 2 top 2 teams to lose for USF and Oregon to go to play Oregon. He wants to see that matchup, basically. I think that's for him. It's just like I want to see my 2 favorite teams go up against each other, and that's fine.
Right.
But that would be an interesting matchup. I think so. He says, "Go Texas." Hey, go Texas. But back to this real quick, and then I had a real quick thought about the playoff bracket, and we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Do you remember Jahdae Barron in his junior year? Like how frustrated we were with Jahdae Barron? Like you moved him inside. He couldn't really play outside. He was struggling a lot. People were like, is he going to play safety? He came back his senior year, and he was unreal.
Yeah, he played phenomenal.
Yeah, he was. Last year he was. He won. He won the best corner. He won the best DB in the country, right? And so I think a guy like Jalen Gilbo could be that, where he goes into this summer and he says, "Okay, I'm taking this seriously now, and this summer is going to be a summer where I excel." I think that could be that. I think Jalen Gilbo has. If you remember Jalen Gilbo's freshman year, he was really good.
Yeah.
Then he got hurt.
He was getting picks all over the place. He was good, picking shit out the back of the end zone, hitting people. Like he was great. But he was I don't think people were prepared for him.
Yeah.
As well. I think now people are like, hey, look, even Texas's, second or third cornerback is a playmaker. Like you got
a deep room.
Got a scheme for this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think Jalen Gilbo could come back and make an impact next year. I think Kobe Black will also. I've been huge. I thought Kobe Black last year in his limited amount of snaps.
He was also a bright spot. Yeah.
Again, when you take that next step and you become more. JJ Jones said, "Gig him, JJ." We'll talk about A&M. I know y'all are obsessed with us. We'll talk about you in a couple of weeks. I think he's another guy that's going to take a step next year. I'm still a huge Kobe Black fan.
Yeah,
I think he's going to take a step next year.
Yeah.
But if we look at this secondary, getting Michael Taft and Jelani, the most beautiful thing I saw yesterday, and I saw it again Wednesday, was when the scouting report the injury report came out, and it said 4 words: none to report. Actually, that's 3 words. There are 0 injuries, or that's not 0 injuries for you guys on YouTube and TikTok on the injury report.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
No excuses from this Texas team. This is the team that you field fully healthy. There's not a lot of teams that are fully healthy this late in the season.
No.
Actually, almost none.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Somebody's banged up. Somebody's hurt. Like, Yeah.
For you to be, rising, and you talked about this earlier, you don't see a lot of teams rising. I would beg to differ, right? Sark talked about how he wanted his team to rise at this point in the year because of what the back end of the season, the demand of the back end of the season has these days.
Yep.
And if you look at last year, uh, who ascended at the end of the season? Ohio State.
Yeah.
They ascended it right around this time. Around
Yeah.
this time a year ago, they lose to Michigan. They get that long month off. They got healthy. They ascended.
Yeah.
And it's very possible that, what's up, DJ Kello? It's very possible that you want to see the same thing from this Texas team. Can this Texas team replicate that? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. But if they can do it for 3 weeks and make this an exciting 3 weeks, I'm all for it. If I see Arch Manning grow into the quarterback we wanted him to be all season, and this time produce some consistency,
Yep.
man, we are going to do some insane stuff. Right?
And just to kind of piggyback off that, getting somebody like a Jelani McDonald back, who is one of the best tacklers on the team, getting Michael Taft back, who is the focal point of the that team, of those defensive backs. He really came back because he believed that they could achieve getting to that national championship. So to get both of them healthy, again, we know that it takes a while for a bone break to heal, but to be able to play with that is really big. To get as much of it to heal as possible is really, really good. Listen, being in the driver's seat and watching the chaos around you kind of take place can really throw you off. I think Sark is in a situation where I think he understands, like, if I can get these guys to just focus, everything else will take care of itself. Like, again, Oklahoma and Alabama play against each other. Like, that is big. You got Notre Dame playing against Pitt. Some people think Pitt might pull it off. You've got A&M. They got a lot in front of them, not including, like, we know Lenore Sellers is going to be sitting down, but it's still on them to not break and not to fumble a game. And so, especially being in the driver's seat, basically to go to the SEC championship. So that's a lot of pressure on them as well. All Texas has to do is to take one game at a time.
Yep.
They take one game at a time. They really do put themselves in a good situation. Conference championship or not. What we have to also understand is, like, and I hate it, but I also like being in a situation where Texas is right now, being in a situation where is all you got to do is take care of business, and you might not even get to sniff the conference championship, but you're still going to give yourself an opportunity to be in the dance.
Yeah.
And it might be better for you to have to play in a sit. It just might, in these situations, it's so different. And Harish, I'll let you close out, but it is truly a good spot for Texas, even though they have 2 losses right now.
No, 100%. And look, I would argue winning this game is more important right now than winning the A&M game, because if you win this game, right, you put yourself in a situation where you're probably in the top 5. You're probably in the top.
Is it a hell of a jump? Yes, but is it worthy of a jump? Absolutely.
100%. You're probably switching places with Georgia, right? And if a Notre Dame goes down, I think if a Notre Dame this is the scenario you talked about it. You beat Georgia this week, you put yourself in the top 5, and Notre Dame loses. I think Texas kind of seals their space as long as you beat Arkansas next week, right?
Right.
You seal your space in the playoff at that point.
Yeah, and I think Notre Dame loses out and they don't make it to the playoff.
If Notre Dame loses this week, they're out.
Right.
Right. And so the stakes are high, man. The stakes are really, really high. Mm-hmm. I would argue this is a more desperate team than Georgia Tech, and that's what we were hoping for last week.
Yeah, we need Texas.
We needed a more. We needed Texas to be the desperate team.
Yes, they need to play with some desperation. Like they have to play with some urgency. This entire I'm really really hoping that coaching staff is like, y'all cannot fuck this up. You have to play with some urgency. You have to, and then in the situation where they are in the situation where they get up, Texas has to keep them down. Texas has to continue to they have to continue to do whatever it is that they're doing to continue to keep Georgia out of the end zone, out of field goal range. Continue to putting pressure on Gunnar Stockton. You have to, dude. You it's so imperative. God, I wish Carson Beck was playing this week instead of Gunnar Stockton, because we know Carson Beck's going to at least give up the butt at least once or twice with throwing an interception.
I think this defense is very, very excited to play Gunnar Stockton again. Get another crack at it. I think this is a motivating. They've been talking down on this defense for the last 2 weeks. This defense, I think, might play its best game all season.
I hope so.
Yeah. If the offense can match that, it's gonna look really, really good. But agreed, you've got to be in attack mode. We've talked about it, and it's been talked about all week. Georgia is the team that is really hard to take out. You can never. It's hard to kill Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. It's hard to take Georgia down and kind of slay the beast, right?
This would be really big for Sark.
Yeah,
I think it would be big for his legacy at the University of Texas. Well, imagine going down 3 games to Georgia in your tenure.
Yeah.
At the University of Texas.
Well, it's about, and I put a poll up on Twitter earlier this week, right? Who is this more important for? Sark, Texas, or both? I would argue it's more important for Sark than it is for Texas.
Right.
Yeah. Because Texas has an opportunity in a couple weeks to kind of solidify. I think this is a Sark game. This is for Sark's, I don't even want to say like mental capacity, but for his to solidify his spot in the elites.
This has got to be on his checklist, right? He's done everything else. He's won a conference championship. He's beat A&M. He's beat Oklahoma multiple times. You've gotten into the college football playoffs. You almost got into a national championship 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. The only thing standing in your way is Georgia.
Yep. And Nate says, I agree with Nate here on TikTok. So, yeah, I agree. Georgia's the only thing standing. It's like for him, it's like a personal thing for him, right? It's not even and he won't project that out to the media into Texas, but we know this game means a lot to Sark for me. It's like the next climb in the mountain, right? For Sark. And mentally for him, he's 0-6 against the best coaches, right? Yeah. He's lost twice to Kalen DeBoer. He's lost to Ryan. He's never beaten Ryan Day. He's never beaten Kirby. He's 0-2. That's 0-6 to those 3 guys.
Yeah.
And guess what? Guess who you have to go through in order to get to a national title this year? Those 3 guys.
Yep.
Well, potentially 2 guys, right? Because if Texas beats Georgia, Georgia Tech beats Georgia, Georgia's out, right?
Georgia's out. Yeah.
But man, we'll see. But hey, I need to get out of here. I've got 8 minutes to get to the vet. Before we get out of here, real quick, what's your prediction? What do you got?
I as much as we've talked about the what we expect, I do not expect Texas to beat this game to walk out of here a winner. I've got Texas losing to Georgia 24-20.
Ooh, were you copying my notes, Tim Wayne? Because I had something really, really close to that. Listen,
I want to be wrong, but it just I know how Athens is. It is a special place, and this is the type of games that Georgia gets up for.
Yeah, well, everybody gets up for Texas, and Stanford at night. It's a tough environment. Texas has struggled on the road, although they're 2-3 and technically 3-2 on the road.
Right.
I agree, man. I do think there are elements that this team can pick up, and if certain. I said this earlier in the week, and people are like, "What are you talking about?" I will know by the end of the first quarter what Texas offense will show up, and if you go out and you score first, and you get a couple possessions, you're able to hold some. Texas has a really, really good shot because then guess what? The confidence of the defense will be there, right?
Yeah.
I went back and forth on this game. I really wanted Texas. I really had Texas. I had Georgia on Be's not going to like this. I picked Georgia to win this game in the beginning of the year. I look at these matchups and I'm like, man, but that was not knowing what it was. I just can't see it, man. I just can't see it. I have Texas losing a heartbreaker, 24-21. Money be my guy, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, buddy. Sorry, bro. Listen.
Oh my God.
Georgia winning this game 24-21. 3-point game. I just think going into Sanford is really, really hard.
Yeah.
People don't realize Kirby is 51-2.
Yeah.
At Sanford.
Yeah.
He's only lost twice. Ever.
And he's been there a decade.
Yeah, damn near a decade, right?
Yeah.
So I have Texas losing this game 24-21, a heartbreaker. But just to like forward think a little bit, I still think Texas wins 9 games.
Yes, I do too.
Because there is a team 2 weeks from today I just don't think is that good.
Yeah.
And to me, Texas has to prove that they can beat Kirby Smart. Sark has to prove that he can beat Kirby Smart because I picked Texas to beat Georgia twice, and I'm 0-2. So they have to prove it in order.
I want to come back and just be like, well, guys, I was wrong about that.
I'm so happy that I am.
I'm right? so happy that I am.
Yeah,
but Harish, I know you got to get out of here. You got to handle your thing. I got some things I need to handle. Where can they find you?
Yeah, and maybe we'll come back for a little afternoon, just chill.
Possibly,
we'll talk about that, right? Find me at the Uncle Gandhi on Twitter. Find us both at Longhorn Fan Battle. Smash the screen here. Thank you guys in the TikTok chat. Patricia, I like Patricia. She said, "I'm sorry to say it like it is what it is. It is what it is, and Manning has to grow up, and he will get better." 100%, Patricia.
1,000.
Very well said.
Yeah.
I think all those things will happen this week. And maybe it has, and we just have to see it, right? For me, it's I've got to see it. Right. I want to see some consistency. And if I do, like I said, the first quarter will tell me what I need to know.
Right.
About not about the result, about what to expect throughout the rest of that game. And Georgia adjusts very well. So we'll see how Texas adjusts to Georgia throughout that game. Kirby Smart's one of the best end-game adjusters. But, yeah, Arch Manning is going to be unreal next year. I think he's going to – and this could be his coming out party. If it is, Georgia better watch out. But you can find me at the Uncle Gandhi. Find us both at Longhorn Fan Battle here on TikTok, here on YouTube. Like, subscribe, comments. We appreciate you guys. Tim Wayne, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Tim Wayne. Like Harish said earlier, you can find me as both at Longhorn Fan Battle Podcast on all of our socials. Shout out to the people that have been commenting and really holding us down on TikTok. We really do appreciate that. That is a booming community that is taking off for us. So we do really appreciate you guys participating in that. Whether you like us or you don't, we appreciate it. And we look forward to more. Tomorrow's a big game. Like I said, there's a slate of other games that are happening throughout the weekend. And all Texas has to do is hold out and win. I don't care if you win by 10. I don't care if you win by 1. If you can do it, it puts yourself in a really good position. Like Harish said, possibly putting yourself in the top 5. So,
Ben McQueen says dodge by 14. I just don't see it, Ben. I think
I don't see 14. I don't see
14.
This ain't the Georgia of last year or even the year before. Maybe in that situation I could see it, but with the way Texas defense has been playing for consistently and how they've been able to do defend the run, I just don't see them winning by that much.
Heck yes. We will get some of that beef bacon. Have you been to TCH before?
No, sir, I have not. That's what
that beef bacon will change your life. So good.
All right. Well, look forward to it.
So good. All right, guys, we got to get out of here. My name's Harish, just my guy Tim Wayne. We out of here. Peace.
Till Gabriel.